I'm going to be honest with you. Whatever comes out of my mouth is now going to be put on this recording. Welcome back to LJ's Comic Borough. My name is Jay, and no matter how many times I stutter, I'm just going to promise you, I'm just going to keep on pressing on because, dear God, I can't record this any more times than I already have. Happy late New Comic Book Day. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record a show as earlier as I wanted it to. I still had a lot of books to be able to read because I wanted to be able to talk to you. I want to be able to sound kind of knowledgeable about what the hell I'm about to show you. I didn't want to just sit here and just start showing you pictures and going, that's a pretty picture. So, unfortunately, I had a lot of things going on. For those that watch my Instagram show, I want to bring you guys up to speed here on my YouTube channel. The hierarchy of my family, my father had passed. That's the reason why I wasn't able to really put out a proper show last week, and that's why things are a little messed up this week with everything. He was the man that inspired me to start doing rescuing. Because, dear God, him and my mom had rescued close to 100 ferrets. He had more knowledge to forget about ferrets than I could ever imagine knowing. And he's the reason why I always say, make sure you do research. Make sure you learn as much about the animal that you're about to bring home. Always make sure that you are looking into doctors and everything else that you can for your animal before you bring them home. And so this way you're always prepared. He's the reason why I always say that over and over and over again. And if you're looking for an animal, first look at the SPCAs. Look at Craigslist. There's tons of babies looking for their forever home because so many people don't know what they are bringing home before they do. They're just bringing them home as, little gifts and stuff like that, and they don't understand how much work it really does to put into an animal. So, like I said, always do your research. Now that I finally got all that out of my mouth without spittering and sputtering, let's talk to you all watching this show for the very first time. If you like what the hell's coming out of my mouth, and dear God, and if you like what you're watching, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And that's for everybody. I would love to be able to have any kind of conversations about comics, about animals, whatever the hell you want to talk about. Please leave a comment. I will definitely get back in touch with you. That's the best part about doing this show is the interaction between people, interaction between me and my viewers. That's the best part because literally this is like therapy sitting here right now doing this show at this point in time. So let's get to the best part of this show and talk about some mother flipping comics. All right. Like I said, I'm a little behind on my comics. I'm always usually about 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks behind. I did not pick up yesterday's comic books. I did not make it to the comic book store. I'd love to be able to get to there on time eventually, one day, someday. But the one thing my dad did not tell me about, it cost a lot of money to do the rescues. He didn't say it. But by the time I ended up learning, I was already so many ferrets in and so many animals in. So let's go with this. All right. So I've been reading. What I'm going to say is probably the top 11 worst storylines, crossovers of this time. It is The Fall of X. The last 2 books. I read everything but these last 2 books. And I'm done. I'm fed up. I'm so tired. I'm over X-Men. I am finished. Whatever else you want to say. I'm well over here. I can't do it no more. Okay? This is The Immortal X-Men issue 18. This is probably the best thing about this book. The storyline of already The Immortal X-Men really didn't have me enthused about reading it. So, I know. I'm usually one of those people that once I start something, I complete it, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't pull myself to do it anymore. I'm done. If I probably would have read this, would have been my top 5 worst crossovers of comic books. This is just, I couldn't do it. So, if you guys are reading it in order, this book would become next. And the last issue, and I've become a huge fan of Benjamin Percy, and it was hard not to read this, but I just couldn't do it either. All right, this is X-Force 47. Because Benjamin Percy has been writing one hell of a story here for Ghost Rider. He's been doing a hell of a job for Wolverine. He's done an amazing job for one of the new books that I'm about to talk to you about, last miniseries there. So, I'll be honest with you. It probably was really good. I just couldn't do it no more. This X-Men shit has got me right out of there. All right? I was never a fan of the X-Men to begin with. When I heard about the storyline for one of my coworkers, I was all in. He sat there and sold it to me. He told me about what he started reading, and I was like, I'm so super excited. I sat there and signed up for past issues, regular issues. I was ready to go. But they killed me on that Children of the Vault. They could have had a Thanos-like villain right there. 4 of them working together as an amazing team. And they fucked that up. They did. They surely, honestly did. They had me up until then, and when that story finished, I was over. Because to me, humans cannot be a risk to mutants. I'm sorry. We just can't. There's just so many ways that a mutant could probably beat us up, destroy us, kill us, whatever. And for me to believe that a human could I don't care how many there are, all right? If you got 20 mutants to 50 humans, the 50 humans are dead. Now, according to the X-Men books, there's thousands upon thousands of mutants out there. Good, bad, ugly. They're out there. And you're telling me your threat is a human? No. The threat should have been the Children of the Vault. Not humans with guns. Maybe to another human. Maybe that threat would be to me. But I don't want to hear it. It just... No. No, and no. So, that's the end of it. Fall of X is over. It should have... At the end of the story, it should have been the end. Instead of to be continued is the fall of the House of X. No, you should have finished it. Complete. Finish. Whatever the hell you want to say it. It should have been over, but... Duggan. This is the reason why people have a problem with you. You could have finished a story. Could have been the first time in forever. A story could have been said, the end. Whatever. Alright. Let's get to actually some really cool stuff at this point in time. Woo! Because that one just... I don't like sitting here and putting books down, putting writers down, putting stuff like that. I don't. I'm not in their business, but I'm the one that's sitting here, and I'm the one buying their books. I'm the one sitting here spending my money. I didn't have to. I went out, and yeah, I felt like I was given. I asked for a beautiful golden apple, and somebody shit in my hand. That's what I felt like I got there. So, all right. So my wife is a huge Wolverine fan. So she asked me to pick this book up. It is one of the 50th anniversary covers of Wolverine. This is Spider-Man 2099, issue 1. Obviously, it is a homage to Mr. Todd McFarlane. It's David Yarden. It's the artist. That is a great cover. I mean, you can't ignore that. That is a pretty cool cover. So, David Yarden, you definitely got my you definitely got my attention with that. That is an amazing cover. Am I going to read that book? Absolutely not. It's not my book. My wife wants to read it. She's not going to read it. She's going to sit there and hang that puppy on the wall. That's what's going to end up happening. As an awesome cover. If they did a version, I will make sure I find that for my wife, because she absolutely will think that's an amazing cover. All right, let's talk about something Benjamin Percy has been doing quite well, and unfortunately is the end. This is one of those series I absolutely look forward to. Once I heard about it, I read everything through it, read the end of it. I'm glad it's leaving on a good note, and I will say that. It's not one of those that held on too long. 4 issues, definitely was the best crossover / mini-series that there was out there. This is Predator versus Wolverine. Wolverine issue 4. Beautiful work. That's Benjamin Percy. Mark Checchetto is the artist. And that is a badass cover. Awesome cover. And what's really great about this issue, other than Wolverine blowing Predator up at the very end, it was done by 3 different artists, which is pretty cool for the 3 different time periods that they had going on in this issue. So, Ken Lashley was actually one of those artists. He's an amazing artist. He's been around forever, it feels like. So, that's definitely one of those books you missed out on if you didn't pick it up. It is bloody, it's gory, it's everything that you would want in a rated R series for Wolverine. So, all right, next book. I think it's been a fun book. I'm a huge supporter of Jed MacKay. I did not like maybe one of his series, and that was The Death of Doctor Strange. I don't know how many people actually read all that. I personally read it. Wasn't a huge fan of that. But everything else that Jed MacKay has done, Moon Knight, he's doing the Avengers at this point in time. And he's also doing this issue right here. Like I said, it is Doctor Strange, and this is issue number 11. Doctor Strange and Clea as taking Clea's baby sister out to the circus, and things just run amok. This is an amazing story. I absolutely love it. It's fun, and the whole thing through, Doctor Strange is sitting there thinking about, what do you want to have a kid? Because he's just all about his family, which is perfect. So, like I said, it's an amazing book. Alex Ross does the cover art. Beautiful work. And I'm just going to tell you right now, if you can get your hands on this, on the back issues of this, you should definitely try. It's one of those series you were definitely missing something. I'm going to show you another Doctor Strange here. It is the 50th anniversary of Wolverine. Also, this is issue number 11. I love this book. All right, this is basically an homage to the Ghost Rider Volume 2, issue number 1. They brought back that cheesy bike, but with Wolverine driving it, does look cool as shit. So, awesome work. So, that was a little homage there. That's another one my wife is definitely interested in when she saw that. I know, but for my next book, I think I've talked about this prior on one of my other episodes. A few friends here that I've been communicating with in the comic book world absolutely are not enjoying this next issue. Personally, which is weird because I don't really care for Sea Barrier. I never really liked his work. But to me, I'm loving every issue so far. This is awesome. This is Flash issue 4. All right. This is Wally West explodes the garden of statues inside the Speed Force. So pretty much right now inside the Speed Force, there's a room, there's a garden, and it's really, really cool. He's actually, he's watching these statues. He would look away and the statues would change, and basically what he's seeing is little parts of time of what each one of these Flash characters are doing. So every time they come to a stop in any way, shape, or form, or he just notices the change of the statue, different facial, and he sees his daughter and notices that she's a little bit of trouble. So, absolutely fun issue. Like I said, personally, do I see people having problems with this? Yeah, I can see their point of view. I guess it does erase a little bit of some of the things that's been built up with Wally West. But personally, if you're a new reader and you're looking to try to get into a Flash comic book, this is definitely a really great issue, and definitely one of those must reads. So pick up Wally West in the Flash. All right, next issue here. I'm a huge Chip fan. Chip Zdarsky is amazing. He did an amazing job for, and I say amazing a lot, which makes me look like the biggest ass kisser in the whole wide world. But Chip did an amazing job for Daredevil. So him getting changed over to Batman, to me, was a no-brainer. I love everything that he's done so far with this issue. I've loved everything he's done so far since he's taken over. So I'm just going to show it to you. This is Batman 141. George Gemez is the artist. And it's basically Batman versus Zur-En-Ra, taking over the form of Failsafe. So it's pretty much him versus himself, because Failsafe knows him better than himself. It's an amazing story. I actually love the action that's going on. I love how he's showing how he's trying to outsmart pretty much himself. So I think it's a no-brainer. It's a winner to me. And I see the complaints, and I see what people say. Well, it's a retelling of a story. Well, you know something? Batman has been told since the 1940s. There's nothing that you're going to be able to do, or nothing you're going to be able to create that hasn't already been created and Batman already hasn't fought. So sit here, pick up your tissues, wipe your eyes, and dear God, just enjoy the ride on this one. This is an amazing job. I think right now, at this point in time, especially after that last run, and dear God, the horrible writing that actually happened with Batman, this is probably the best stuff and most refreshing stuff you've had for a little bit. So please, just sit back, enjoy some fucking awesome Batman. That being said, I picked up the foil cover too. Batman Spotlight. I love the foil covers. Awesome Batman Spotlight cover. So, okay, for those that appreciate Todd McFarlane still, like myself, you know that he's only writing one book at this time. He's not doing pretty much artworks unless it's something very special. So, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Mr. Gunslinger, and this is issue 27. And I'm telling you, I know it's probably going to be hard for you to find the beginning of this series, especially 27 issues ago, in your back bin, but this is probably one of the best Spawn series going on at this point in time. And it's probably because Todd is still really involved to make sure this character is running the right way instead of wherever the hell the other series are going at this point in time. Now, I did read those other ones, and unfortunately, they lost my interest. They almost came to a complete stop. They're right now, all their stories are going on a crawl. It's worse than the daily soap operas, okay? And literally, you watch a daily soap opera, all right? You start on Monday. The same thing's happening on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday and the following week. They haven't made it out of one day. 24 hours has not happened yet in about 2 weeks worth of time of soap opera. They haven't even gone to bed yet. They woke up. You're still watching. 2 weeks later, they're still going. Nothing has changed. That's pretty much what the Spawn series is happening right now. Other than this one. And I know Tom McFarlane's about to sit here and start writing other things. So I don't know if he's going to be dropping this or not. But unfortunately, if I don't see a good writer, I'm dropping this one damn too. The only problem I actually have with this issue, it's not a Brett Booth cover. I'm so used to Brett Booth doing the covers for these, and I've been so spoiled by his artwork. And is it okay? Yeah, it's not bad. It's Federico Sabatini, I think, is the one doing the artwork for this. It's not bad. It's just not Brett Booth, and you can tell a Brett Booth cover. So, all right. I love George Perez. I love his work. Love his writing. Love his cover art. And so when I had the opportunity to get a reprint and a foil of the new Teen Titans issue, #1, George Perez, everything, I did that right away. I mean, don't get me wrong. He had supposedly some help here on the cover art, and he had some help in the interior art, and he had some help from Marv Wolfman writing. But this is pretty much a George Perez everything. All right, you want to see a George Perez everything? George Perez everything, and it's a shiny. Woo! This is the first time I've actually looked at the time, and it's like 22 minutes. Oh my god. When you're doing an Instagram show, you're sitting there literally counting down for the 10 minutes. So that 10-minute mark, and you're sitting there and you're just watching it, and you're just going, okay, I've got 8 minutes left. Okay, I've got 5 minutes left. I got 3 minutes left. So it's a little different here doing YouTube. Okay. The next issue I have is, I thought, an awesome introduction to a brand new character. Jackson Lansing. This is the Alex Ross cover. Juan Cabal, I guess, the artist inside, which I'm going to say this. Cabal did an awesome job. I felt like I was reading a comic book right out of the 50s and 60s. The artwork was spectacular. I felt really drawn in. As soon as I started reading, I was like, wow, this reminds me of picking up something a lot older, a lot more involved. You know, where things were just so different, and you're just reading it. I was so happy to actually read this issue. This is Timeless issue #1, the first cameo appearance of Moon Knight #2. And yes, if it's the whole wraparound to open up to spread. I mean, Alex Ross really does an amazing job with this. So for those that want to see that cover. Beautiful cover. All right. Now, Mr. Jed MacKay. Like I said, he's been doing an amazing job. And I finally got to read this. I was looking forward to seeing what he does after the death of Moon Knight. So, picking this up, it's a David Finch cover. It's Jed MacKay. That is such an amazing fucking cover. I mean, David Finch does an awesome job with this. And I love the mask. Look at that. The moon mask. That is so cool. And I'm really hoping that cameo appearance of who's Moon Knight here is who's Moon Knight in this one also. I'm hoping that's where this story is going. I think that'll be really cool. Especially, let's keep Mark dead for a while. All right, let's keep him dead. Let's give that moniker to somebody else. Let's see how far that can run. If you want to bring him back in about a year or two, I'm okay with it. Just let's have this death mean something. Let's see what we can get out of this Moon Knight #2. like I said, this is a pretty awesome cover. David Finch does an amazing job. I was pretty impressed by that. All right. So this is with that Moon Knight. It came with a foil. All right, and Alexandro Cappuccio. I'll be honest with you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to mess up his name on purpose. I just don't know how to pronounce it. So I'm just going to say he did an amazing job on this. This is basically right out of the interior work. They made a foil out of it. It was basically you're seeing this first time. This isn't Moon Knight #2. Just to give you all a little spoiler, this is not Moon Knight #2. But this is right out of the pages. This is beautiful work. The story was awesome. I really feel that Jed has a connection with this character, and I'm hoping he does it for a long time. To me, Moon Knight has not been any better right now than what Jed MacKay has done. Okay, so my wife did a little bit of whatnot shopping, and I helped just a little bit. Just saying, just a little bit, because I overpaid on one of the books. Who says that on whatnot you should be able to bet against yourself? I was half asleep. I'm sitting there pushing the button over and over again. I found out I was the only one betting. Dear God, why? That's so stupid. You should not be able to bet against yourself. Why? But whatever. All right, let's see what my wife got here first. This is Miles Morales, issue number 38. It's a Ken Lashley cover. And not just the Ken Lashley cover, signed by Mr. Ken Lashley. That's an awesome cover. And it's the first appearance of Spider Smasher, Miles' brother, Billy. And it's got a little COA. Came with it. We actually watched him sign the book as he was doing it. All right. There's another book that my wife picked up for herself. This is Marble Voices, with another Ken Lashley cover and a Ken Lashley signature. And this is where I was an idiot. Okay, I was an idiot, and I had to tell my wife, and my wife was like, I told you already this happens. Yeah, I forgot, I'm sorry. And this is the Edge of Spider-Verse, Spider Killer. First appearance of Spider Killer. First cover appearance of Spider Killer. And that is also a Ken Lashley signature with a COA in the back. And I could have got it for $22, and I ended up paying $40. I bet against myself. I didn't have my glasses on. I fucked up. So, that's my show for the day. One, thank you all very much for inviting me into your homes, into your cars, into your bathrooms for some weird odd reason, if that's where you want to watch me, into your workplace. Sharing my videos. I appreciate all of that. I appreciate all my viewers and the time they take to be able to sit here and watch my show. Thank you all very, very much. From my family to your family, we appreciate each and every one of you. If you like what you're watching, like what you're seeing, for all you new time viewers, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and dear God, I will definitely respond to anybody and everyone that you sit here and as long as you say something that lets me know that you want me to respond, please leave a comment. I appreciate it. So from my family to your family, please always take the time to show the ones that you love them. Don't ever be too late with that. And if you ever go get an animal, please make sure you do your research. Thank you, and you all have a great night.